guys, welcome. We are on the floor, which means we're doing a declutter. So I haven't gone through my makeup collection in a really long time, so I thought I would sit down and just go through it and hopefully declutter a bunch of stuff. So this could end up just being a makeup collection tour. I may not declutter anything, but I am hoping to at least get rid of a couple of items. So we're going to start off with primers first, and we'll start with this guy here. I know the angle is a little bit weird. The lighting will keep changing, of course, as it always does, but this was the best angle that I could actually get, so I'm going to do the best I can. But the first product, the first primer is the DB Gold Elixir Primer Potion. This one is basically like a clear primer, but it has flecks of gold in it. It's supposed to be a dupe for the, I can't remember what it's called, but it's supposed to be a dupe for that. I wouldn't know because that other one is like $90 and I'm not spending that kind of money on it. But this one is nice. It has, I think it's got hyaluronic acid and everything in it. Yeah, aloe vera, vitamin C, hyaluronic acid, Q10, and green tea. So regardless of what ingredients it's got in it, it is a nice hydrating primer. So I'm going to keep that one. Next one is the NYX Pore Filler Primer. So if you saw my last video, you would know this is brand new. Like I literally just got this one. So I'm going to keep that one. It's just like a normal, silicone-based primer, pore filling primer. So yeah, I'm going to keep that one. Next, we have the Laneige glowy makeup serum. So I'll put these guys together because the Revlon Rose Glow is supposed to be a dupe for the Laneige glowy skin serum. I'm going to keep both of these. Both of them are actually really nice primers, so I'm going to keep them. I'm hoping to do a dupes video. I don't know when I'll get a chance to do that because I want to get a few more products, but both nice primers. The next one is this Nude by Nature Airbrush Mineral Primer. This one I am actually going to get rid of. The expiry on here is 6 months. I've had this for a lot longer than 6 months. This one is the J1 Jelly Pack Primer. This is like a skincare primer, like skincare and primer all in one. This is a really odd texture, so I haven't used this very often, so this kind of needs to go in my use it and decide pile, so kind of like my maybe pile. So I'm going to put it in that one, and I will decide soon whether I want to actually keep it or not, or whether it'll be better suited just as skincare rather than as a primer, because at the moment obviously it's in my makeup drawer. Next one is another one I'm going to get rid of. This is actually the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. I have had this for way too long. I don't actually reach for it at all anymore because I've got other primers that I prefer to use, and this is like my oldest primer that I have in my collection. So I'm going to get rid of that one because I don't think it's safe to use anymore. Next we have the Clara Zero Pores Primer. This one is fairly new to my collection, so I'm going to keep this one. It's another pore filling primer. I don't use these that often, but I always seem to have a few in my collection. The Revlon Primer Plus, this is the Perfecting and Smoothing one. I'm going to keep this one. I actually really like this one, and other than, where is that actually? I've got the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. That's probably in my oh no, it's right here. This is, I mean, you've probably seen it before. It's that putty type of consistency. This is my most used primer, so I'm actually going to keep this one, of course. But back to the Revlon Prime Plus Perfecting and Smoothing. They have two others in the line. This one I really like. Other than the Poreless Putty Primer, this would be my most used. So I'm going to keep this one. This is actually, it feels like it's less than half full, so that just proves that I use it a lot, so I'm going to keep that one. And then finally for primers, I've got the Kind Miracle Glow Skin Serum. This one's another new one, and this is like a really glowy sort of primer. So yeah, you'll hear my thoughts on this in particular. This one in particular a little soon. But I'm definitely going to keep that because it's a new one in my collection. Okay, so now we're going to do setting powders and just face powders in general, basically. The first one is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. I really like this powder. It's probably one of my most used ones. Really good one. It's not glowy, and I don't know why people keep saying it's glowy. Maybe the formula in Australia is different to the one in the US, but it's definitely not a glowy powder here in Australia, but it's still a good one. So I'm going to be keeping that one. Next is the Clara Cosmetics. This is a powder foundation, pressed powder. This I'm going to keep as well. This is fairly new to my collection and I've used it a couple of times and I actually really like it. It's a nice powder, like setting type powder. So I'm going to keep that one as well. This one I think I'm going to get rid of. So this is the Maybelline Fit Me Set and Smooth powder. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just way too light for me. I don't know what I was thinking getting this one, thinking that it was actually going to be a good fit for me. I mean, it doesn't look too bad on my hand there, but whenever I put it on, it just looks a little bit too light. So I think I'm going to get rid of that one. It's not a bad powder. It's just, completely wrong shape-wise. Next one is the DB Hydra Set Translucent Loose Setting Powder. This one's not a bad powder. It's like, looks really white. I don't know if you can see the powder just like coming off everywhere, but it's so powdery and like the packaging is so messy, but it's not a bad powder. So I think I will keep it for now, but it's going to go in the same pile as that J1 primer and it's going to be use it and then decide once I've used it. So yeah, that's going to go in that pile. This one here is the JCat Luxe Pro powder. This, I've actually got heaps more of this and I've just put it in like an old Maybelline container just because this packaging is so annoying. So I've put it in another one, but it's a really good powder. So I'm going to keep that one as well. Next is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Pressed Powder. You can probably see that I've used this quite a lot. I feel like I'm almost going to hit pan on it. Like I can actually see the pan underneath. So I'm going to keep this one. And then finally, we've got the NYX HD Finishing Powder. So this one I'm keeping as well. I only just got this like fairly recently and this I really like, so I'm definitely going to keep that one as well. Okay, so next we have got setting sprays here. This one here is the L'Oreal Shake and Glow setting spray. This is fantastic. It's such a good glowy setting spray. If you want it to be like, if you want your makeup to be beautiful and glowy, this is a really good one. So I'm definitely going to be keeping that one. Next, we've got the L'Oreal Infallible. This is a fixing mist. This I don't really use. Like, to be honest, the only two that I tend to use are these guys. But I'm undecided with these two whether I want to keep them or not. So the Maybelline Master Fix is a good one. Well, they're both good, but I just don't know if I need them both. I might get rid of the Master Fix one because that's the oldest out of the two, and I will keep this one because this is a fixing spray. It's not a setting spray. So I'll still keep this in my collection and I might even just use it like under makeup, or I'll use it for a different reason rather than just like setting my makeup. I don't know. I think I'm going to keep that one anyway. And then of course this is my go-to everyday setting spray. So this is the Benefit, the Professional Super Setter setting spray. This is a really good setting spray. I really, really like it. And like I said, it's my go-to every day. If I just want to set my makeup down and I don't want to make it super glowy, then this is pretty much all I will use exclusively. So yeah, really, really good one. So I'll be keeping that one as well. Okay, so these are all of my concealers. First one is the Revlon Photo Ready. This is actually a color corrector. This one is just a little bit old, so I'm going to get rid of that one first of all. Next one is the Juvia's Place concealer. What is this called? Just concealer. This one I am currently using because I'm not too sure how I feel about it. This one is just a little bit too creamy for my liking, and it is prone to creasing under my eyes. So I'm still testing it out and I will decide whether I want to keep it or not. Next one is the Second Skin Concealer by Ulta 3. This one is kind of what I was hoping this one would be. So this one is super creamy, but it doesn't settle into fine lines or anything like that. Really good for winter. So I will be keeping that. Like, look how glowy that is. If you don't like a more like dewy under eye, you'll probably hate this. Or if you have oily skin, you'll probably hate this. But I really like it because I have dry under eyes and it doesn't crease. So I'll be keeping that one. Next up, we have the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Concealer. This one I really like. I recently repurchased this one because my other one had gone bad. So I like this for an everyday. I kind of feel like it has less coverage than my old one did. So I don't know if they've changed the formula. I don't like it as much as I did because it used to be like my favorite, but it's still a nice everyday concealer, so I'll be keeping that one. Next we have the MCO Beauty Instant Concealer. We all know this is like a straight up, meant to be a straight up like dupe / rip off of Tarte Shape Tape. I haven't used Tarte Shape Tape before, so I couldn't tell you whether they are similar. I've heard that they are. This one, I wore it a couple of times and I liked it when I wore it, but the smell, man, oh, it is so like heavily fragrance, but like overly sweet. It's kind of like they were trying to go for that sweet vanilla, like cake battery type of smell, but they just really overdid it. And I was pregnant either when I purchased this or got pregnant shortly after, and I could not wear it. It was just unbearable for me. Plus, it is also, I think it's gone bad. Like, it started to separate in here. It has oxidized a little bit as well. So like, it was not that dark when I got it. So I think I'm just going to have to get rid of this one. Next one is the Revlon Colorstay Skin Awaken Concealer. This one is a good one as well. If you go overboard with it, it'll crease to high heavens under your eyes, but it is a nice one. Hate the applicator, but that is just a personal gripe for me. I know that a lot of people do like it. It's similar to the Maybelline Age Rewind one. So yeah, that one I'm going to keep. This DB Skin Renew Ceramide Concealer, I was really disappointed with this one. It's just too drying for me. And I know a lot of people were saying that it was a really good one and it wasn't overly drying, but I just found it to be super crepey, super dry under the eyes. And it's not a great shade match for me. I thought it was going to be all right, but when I have the rest of my base and everything on, it actually looks quite stark under the eyes. So I don't know. I might give this one more go. If I don't like it the next time I wear it, it's going. Next is the Ulta 3 Concealer Duo. I got this in a pack. They had like a free gift with purchase. This is like 2 cream concealers. I'm going to keep it because it's good for like every day. If I don't want to wear anything, it's not a bad one. So I'm going to keep that one. Next is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This one, I think I got the wrong shade. This isn't a bad concealer. Like, it's actually a pretty nice one. It's not overly drying. It's a good everyday one. I think it's just the shade that's a bit off-putting. So, and that's my bad. Like, that was because I didn't pick the right shade. So I will see. I will test it out and I'll make a decision. Next is the Benefit Boing Cakeless Concealer. This is my holy grail. This is my favorite concealer. It is full coverage, so I don't wear it all the time, but it is my favorite. Like I said, it's pretty full coverage. It dries down, but it doesn't crease. So I will literally just tap this out. I'll either use my finger, a brush, a beauty sponge. It really doesn't matter. It blends out well no matter what I use, but I'll just blend it out and it like dries down and I don't have to set it. I don't have to worry about creasing. It's really, really good. Expensive. I think that it's like $35, but like when I use it or if it goes bad before I use it, I will be repurchasing it. I love it that much. So that's a definite keep. And then the final one is the Revolution Conceal and Define. Again, I think this is just the wrong, yeah, like look how pale that is. This is just the wrong shade for me. I don't like a brightening concealer. I want a concealer that is closer to my skin tone. So like this one, that's the Benefit one swatched. I don't know if you can see, but that's what I want. I want it to be close to my skin tone. This is just too light and it looks really weird under my eyes. So again, this one, I think I'm going to have to get rid of this one because it's just not the right shade match. Moving on to foundations now. I'll start with this one. So this is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. This has actually been discontinued in Australia. This one is expired, but I've got it because this is my perfect shade match. This is number 202 Creamy Natural. I've purely got it just for reference for like future videos and things like that. So I am going to keep that, but I don't actually use it. Next, we have the DB Skin Renew Ceramide Foundation. This is a fantastic foundation. The only vice I have with it is that they don't have a very extensive shade range. They don't go very deep. And this one is actually the wrong shade for me. This one's quite pink, like has quite pink undertones. I have neutral undertones, but they pull slightly warm. So this one, especially once it dries down, it looks really pink on me. And I could get away with it when I was a little bit paler, but have got like a little bit more color to my face now, and it kind of just looks weird. This one I'm going to get rid of, but I will repurchase just the right shade for me. Next, we have another DB foundation. So this is the Luminous Hydrating Foundation. Again, fantastic foundation, but same deal. It's the same shade. Oh, there's no shade name, but I know it is the same shade. So breaks my heart, but I think I'm going to have to get rid of that one as well. Next is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundation. I love this foundation. This is like top 3 foundations for me. Really, really pretty, luminous finish, beautiful, doesn't like sink into fine lines and wrinkles and things like that too much. So yeah, really, really pretty. I love this one. We'll definitely be keeping it. Next is the Misha Perfect Cover BB Cream. This one, I'm undecided because I do like it. It has nice coverage, but let me just show you. This is like a really neutral foundation to the point where it almost gives me a grey cast unless I mix it with something else. I don't know how well that's coming up on camera. I think you can see it. But it almost makes me look a little sick because of the grey cast. So I'm a bit undecided with this one. I think I'll keep it purely so I can mix it with other foundations, because it's really nice if you mix it. So I might just keep it. I don't know. I just can't bring myself to get rid of it yet. I wonder if I could mix it with like the Skin Renew foundation. I might just see if these two look nice mixed together. If not, then I'll stick to what I said and get rid of this and keep this one. Next is the MCO Beauty Hydro Glow foundation. You can see that you can probably see, I don't actually know because I can't really see the viewfinder, but you can probably see that I've used this a lot. This is a fantastic foundation. Not super long wearing. I think this lasts me probably about 5 hours, but such a beautiful foundation. It looks really, really pretty on the skin. This one looks pretty dark, but once you blend it out, wow, look at that sun. It's intense. This one looks really dark, but once you blend it out, it's fine and it's beautiful on the skin. Really dewy on the skin, especially the more it sits, the more dewy it looks. So if you have oily skin, you may not like it, but dry skin people, it's fantastic. Next, we have the Max Factor Miracle Second Skin Hybrid Foundation. I have this in light and light medium just because light is a little bit too light and light medium is a little bit too dark and orange for me. So I mixed the two together, but they are really nice. It's a really nice foundation as well. It's really perfumed. So if you are sensitive to smell, then I would avoid this one. But yeah, it's really pretty. e.l.f. BB cream. This is way, way too dark for me. I think I got this for like $4 or $6 or something like that because it's discontinued. But I'm going to get rid of that. It's just way too dark. I don't know what I was thinking getting that one. The Clara Cosmetics CC Cream 8-in-1 Mineral Foundation. This one's actually a relatively nice one. It's in one of those negative, is it like a negative pump, vacuum pump, whatever it is? So you use all of the foundation. There's not going to be any wastage. But this is a pretty nice one. I've only used it a couple of times. I think it's more of like a mattifying foundation. I don't like mattifying foundations too much, but this one's not a bad one. So I'm going to keep that one. The MCO Beauty Miracle BB Cream. This is a fantastic little BB cream. Good coverage for a BB cream. The only flaw, I guess, or the only issue I have with it is if you get it in your eyes, it will burn like 1,000 suns. It is so painful if you get it in your eyes. So avoid the eye area at all costs. But yeah, this is a really good for like just every day if you want to just have a little bit of coverage, even out skin tone. Oh, so good. The Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation. This is my love. I adore this foundation. This is my favorite foundation. You can't get it in Australia though. That's the only issue. This is full coverage. So if you're expecting like a low, even to medium full coverage, like I can shear this out to a medium coverage, but it's a pretty full coverage foundation. It is so beautiful. So beautiful. I would wear this every day and nothing else if I could, if we could get it in Australia, but we can't. So I can't wear it all the time. But yeah, really, really beautiful foundation. Definitely keeping that. The Flower Beauty Get Real Serum Foundation. This one I need to use a couple more times because I was disappointed with it. Maybe I just didn't shake it up enough because like it is a serum foundation and I can see that it's kind of on the sides of it, like the liquid, there's pigment stuck on the sides of the bottle. So maybe that's why. But I just didn't think it gave any coverage at all. And it made me look oily. And for somebody with dry skin, I don't typically dislike a foundation because it's making me look oily. And I felt like this one did. But I think I just need to try it out a couple more times and then decide whether I do actually want to get rid of it. This one here is the OXX Bloom foundation. You can tell this is going to be about 5 shades too light for me. In the store, it didn't look like, I think the packaging or the lighting in store was very deceiving, because when I got out of there, I was like, yeah, that's not gonna work, like once I took it out of there. But this one I am gonna have to get rid of because it is just way too light. I cannot make that work. And then this I've thrown into the foundation category as well, because it is base product. It's the Ultra 3 Lightning Shade Adjusting Drops. This one is purely for lightening foundation, so I could potentially even use it with this, the light to medium max factor one. I might give that a go. Something good to have in my collection anyway, because I suck at picking foundation shades. Alright guys, so I'm going to have to leave it there for today. This is going to have to be a series of videos. I've clearly underestimated just how much makeup I've got. So I'm going to leave it here for today. This will be part 1 of however many parts I need to do. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really do appreciate it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already, and also subscribe. That would be amazing. And thank you again, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!